what can you tell us about life in the West Bank? Because there's obviously justifiably a lot of focus on Gaza. And while the eyes are on Gaza as they should be, often what's not being reported on, and I should be clear that there's a lot of stuff in Gaza that's not reported on, but what's happening in the West Bank is not covered as much. So what
Yeah,
do you want people to know about that and
so
about the
at
town that your family's in?
so as of right now, it's olive oil harvest season where they pick the olives and they go and they take them to these oil producing factories where they squeeze the olive and the oil comes out, and that's the biggest natural resource that we have in Palestine. From thousands of years ago, these are Roman olive trees that were since the early Romans in Palestine. So right now, a lot of people, a lot of farmers, a lot of families can't even get to their land because the settlers are ambushing them and they're encamping there. And the IOF is protecting the settlers and saying to the Palestinians, "You guys can't go to your farms because it's not safe for you." They suddenly care about our safety while the olives are getting stolen. Today, a family picked their olives from our village, and as they were picking it, they got maced. The tires on their vehicle were cut, so they couldn't leave. And they grabbed the olives after they did all the hard work, put them in their truck, and took off with them. And just a few days ago, independent journalist Jasper Nathaniel from New York, who's a Jewish, and he's staying with our family overseas. He's there doing a story on Saif Allah and Tawfiq Abdul-Jabbar and Muhammad. He went with some locals and he was attacked. He barely got out alive, but a 55-year-old woman from the village was clubbed, and after she fell unconscious, they continued beating her, and he got it all on video.
Yeah.
So it's not it's happening to anybody who's against them. Our village in itself and our surrounding villages around us, east of Ramallah, our village is somewhere in the 70 percentile of American. So there's around 7 to 8,000 people in our village, but there's over 16,000 in the states combined, and people from our village have been coming to America since the early 40s.
Wow. Well, I actually, we interviewed Jasper Nathaniel on Useful Idiots, and we definitely want to have him back. I just went to look at some of his videos, and this is, I mean, people may know I'm a dog person. I just turned around because my little doggy is making noise, but
Yeah,
I
so is
want to
he.
show. Yeah, this is an adorable video. Let's see. Let's show this video. Let me just it says some good news for a change. Farmers at Hakoritna farm in Tukam. How do you I'm sorry, I know I'm
It's
butchering this.
it's no, it's Hakuritna,
Hakoritna, okay.
which means our garden, like
Wow.
farms.
And how do you say this next word? To Tulkarm?
Tulkarm.
Tulkarm.
That's a city outside of the Nablus and Jenin area called Tulkarm, where one of the refugee camps this year was brutally assaulted.
So, he writes some good news for a change. Farmers at um
Hakuritna.
in Tulkarm rescued puppies who'd fallen down a well, and now they're eating fresh vegetables. Watch his little tail at the end. And so I have to show this because it's just like, hold on. I mean, look at this, like, so so cute.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's ridiculous, but I just love puppies and dogs, and it's just so cute. And it's like, I mean, it's just like these people, the ones who like rescued this dog. I mean, as you know, is just they're all presented as threats and terrorists. It's
Yeah.
inconceivable. And it's just you never
You
see
know,
stuff like this.
Katie, look at a human being, trying to save a dog, right?
Yeah,
Like just a guy there, so happy that somebody saved a dog.
yeah,
Imagine a human life, imagine a baby, imagine a 15-year-old American in a prison, imagine, starving children in Gaza. Why does this have to be any politics involved? Why can't we talk about humanitarian aid, medicine, rebuilding, you know, put everything else on the side. Just go back to being human.
Yeah.
When we talk about Muhammad or Saifullah, we're not talking about borders or anything else. We're just talking about these two kids. The family's been through enough. Everybody do their part and bring Muhammad home. A 15-year-old should be with his mom and dad, not in a prison without any charges.
Yeah. Yes, and one other thing I have to bring up is that we now know a U.S. colonel who investigated Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh's 2022 killing by an Israeli soldier concluded it was intentional, but his boss undermined that conclusion for political reasons. And that's an article that we know about that. The New York Times reported on that. So I have to show some. I just have to show Brad. Can you show these videos?
That's in the Hebron Hills when he
Okay.
first got there. That's a Bedouin family who's been enduring, land theft, livestock theft, and constant harassment. Jasper spent a few days there playing with the kids and seeing what they were going through, and he was sleeping on the floor, just the way they did.
Wow. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's like Jasper's feed is just amazing because you get to see these adorable scenes, and
Yeah.
then you also get to see, I mean, he's capturing atrocious attacks on settler violence, and he just posted one. This one is, like, really, I think, important to watch because it shows we see the forces colluding. Settlers and soldiers joined forces to beat up an older Palestinian farmer in Nahalin near Bethlehem. So who exactly is going to stop the violence when they're all on the same team? This was sent to me, don't know
Yeah.
who to credit yet. Um,
So you see
and here,
the settlers hitting him in front of his family, like an embarrassment to him, and the
right,
soldiers are just waiting for the Palestinian to defend himself so they could arrest him,
right.
which
And
is,
there they are
uh,
attacking him,
all
restraining him. There's his
all day.
wife
I
or
mean,
mother or whatever.
mm.
Yeah. These, I mean, absolute cowards. Look at these cowards. This cowardly settler who attacks someone, then he dares defend himself, and then look, I mean, this is such an outrage. 3 soldiers and 1 settler.
Oh, there's more than that, Katie. That's just what you're seeing. You don't see who's on top of the rocks.
Oh, what, more settlers?
More soldiers,
More
making sure that
soldiers?
nobody's watching it.
I mean, look how disgusting this is. I mean, it's unbelievable, and humiliation is part of it. I mean, this is a big part of dehumanization and genocide.